Is Joe Budden a nasty businessman, boss, or person to work for? Let's find out. Roll the clip.
Scottie Pippen at that particular point in time, they said at the end of the contract, was the number 2 player arguably in the NBA. He wasn't in the top 100 in pay.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem.
That's crazy.
And here's the other thing, unlike Gene Hackman.
I don't hear the problem in that.
But I promise you, if I found out I was the 500th highest paid podcaster in the field, and I knew that I made you $1 billion, yeah, I might not segue so good.
No, I'm gonna take this.
You know what I'm saying?
See, and that don't make sense to me.
We look at it like, yo,
if I watch you make $1 billion off me, and you watch me be underpaid,
Yes.
And the fact that I'm underpaid because
But you weren't that. But that's your calculation. You're paid what you asked to be paid.
True.
Right.
You did that.
True.
Nobody else did that. And because you now have emotions because you pocket watching or got your nose in business that don't concern you or is above your pay grade, what you do with those emotions is on you.
All right, so that clip is tied to basically the cast of the Joe Budden podcast feeling like they deserve more pay. Marc Lamont Hill's point was, if I am contributing to a person making $1 billion off of me, showing up for work, blah, 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 that I deserve more pay. Even with their example saying that Scottie Pippen was the second best player in the league and wasn't in the 100th ranking of players being paid. Like that is crazy. But it's not crazy to Joe, because Joe is the boss. Joe is the CEO. According to the New York Times, the Joe Budden podcast makes about $1 million a month. So if the Joe Budden podcast makes $1 million a month, and the people on the podcast, the cast members, make, let's say, $2,000 a week, so $8,000 a month. Yeah, let's for kicks and giggles, let's say they make $10,000 a month. That is low-key crazy. But Joe Budden's perspective is that it's not crazy at all. This is what you signed up for. And I agree and disagree with this. Like yes, they signed up for it, but I don't respect that if you are the success of the podcast leans on the cast members, and they're bringing you. If you notice, Joe Budden is not really one of the ones that goes viral from the Joe Budden podcast. It's really Marc Lamont Hill. I've seen Mona go viral. Maybe you could say Ish, whatever the case may be. But if the Joe Budden, my point is, if the Joe Budden podcast was just Joe, nobody else, I don't think the Joe Budden podcast would make $1 million a month. So it's like, and also on top of that, I don't think if Joe Budden podcast was, or not Joe Budden podcast, if Joe Budden was working for someone else and was privy to the boss or the host making $1 million a month, and he's only making $8,000 to $10,000 a month, I don't think Joe Budden would stay in those shoes, whether it be Breakfast Club, whether it be Everyday Struggle, whatever the case may be. I don't think Joe Budden would stay at that place. So in my personal opinion, I think that it's low-key nasty for Joe. I understand from a business aspect, you want to A, have a return on investment, B, make the most you can out of what quote unquote you've created, but it's not, your whole community is not just coming for you. Like you have assembled in almost like an Avengers team where a percentage of your community comes for Marc Lamont Hill. A percentage of your community comes from Mona. A percentage of your community comes for Ish. A percentage of your community comes for Flip. And the different people you have on, whatever. I don't know. That's just my opinion. What do y'all think? Is Joe nasty for this, or for not seeing the other side, or for thinking his cast members are unreasonable, or is that just business, or is Joe completely in the right? Y'all let me know in the comments.
Hey, if you guys like this video, make sure you check out these videos where we talk more about music, dating, and real life situations. Thank you for supporting the podcast. Make sure you check out these videos and make sure you subscribe. Peace.